Ya, alright boys, balik lagi sama gue Jorgen di Matahari Dinihari bagian ke berapa ini? Bagian ketiga ya. Jadi sebelumnya gue mau jelasin sedikit. Sebenarnya sebelum ini gue udah sempat ngerekam ya untuk waktu selanjutnya. Tapi dikarenakan ada sedikit kesalahan teknis pada software rekaman gue, jadinya video waktu yang sebelumnya ini nggak jadi direkam. So, jadi gue mau cerita dikit di video sebelumnya. Jadi si Hunter, Blade, sama Doctor Strange ini ceritanya mau membantu si Wanda untuk memulihkan pelindung di sanctumnya si Doctor Strange ya. Tapi mereka terlambat dan ternyata si Lilith bisa menembus pelindungnya di sanctumnya dan menculik Wanda. Dan juga untuk menambah keadaan lebih buruk, sanctumnya si Doctor Strange ini dikuasai nama Venom yang udah dikendaliin sama Lilith. Dan si Venom juga tadinya udah mau menyantap si Hunter ini, tapi untungnya ada si Akang Peter Parkour alias Spidey Kedi-kedi alias Akang Sapiderman, kalau kata tukang foto langganan saya, yang mengalihkan perhatian si Venom ini sehingga si Hunter ini nggak jadi dimakan sama si Venom ya kan. So, nah untuk selanjutnya nih si Hunter sama Captain Marvel sama Blade ya ditugaskan untuk menerobos ke markasnya si Dr. Faustus ya. Jadi dari markasnya si Dr. Faustus ini kita menemukan semacam artefak untuk kemudian dianalisa di ruang kerjanya si Dr. Strange. Nah sekarang berhubung si Hunter ini lagi tepar ya. Tadinya udah mau tidur, cuma dibangunin sama si Nico. Nih, si Nico di depan situ katanya dia mau ngobrol-ngobrol sebentar. Tadinya udah mau tidur ya kan, terus dibangunin, ya udah nggak jadi tidur. Jadi sekarang kita ngobrol-ngobrol dulu sama si Nico ini.
So Dr. Faustus tried to drop a warehouse on you? Ugh, that guy is so lame. Talk about a prototypical follower.
Gue ingetin lagi, selama cutscene gue akan berusaha untuk diem ya, biar kalian bisa menikmati percakapannya. Ini gue juga sekalian sambil ngetes rekaman, siapa tahu nanti rekamannya bisa sampai habis, nggak ada yang kepotong lagi. So, kita ngobrol sama si Nico.
Maybe you need a cup of coffee or something?
Maybe watch a movie bersama Nico. Oke, friendship level kita naik jadi 9.
I know this entire situation's gotta suck for you. Not just the whole resurrected, chosen one thing. I get why facing Lilith won't be easy. I was 15 when I found out my mother was capital E evil.
That's terrible.
Sorry to hear you went through that.
It was bad, but I learned to deal with it. It's the only way forward, right? Look, I'm glad my mother is gone, but yeah, at times I just want to hear her voice again. Some days I'd give anything to make that happen. Makes me hate her even more.
I did not realize you carried such pain.
I just learned to bury it. You think I can afford a therapist on a superhero salary? I'm kidding. We don't get paid for this. Enough about our crappy parents. You missed out on decades of good movies. It's my solemn duty to fill this knowledge gap with the best examples I can provide. So, the first thing you need to know, the glowing briefcase is a metaphor.
Oke, udah selesai. Sekarang kita bisa kasih hadiah ke Nico. Kira-kira kasih apa ya? Soalnya nggak semua karakter suka sama hadiah yang kita kasih sih. Kayak nih dagger kan common, terus coba magic kali ya, karena kan dia tipe serangannya magic sih Nico ini.
I won't forget it.
Ya, dia nggak suka.
So, what What did you think of the movie?
I understood more than I should.
How? You've been dead for 3 centuries.
I'm not so sure I was dead. Not exactly. I recall a deep slumber, not the void. I dreamt.
Of what?
Of everything. Much of this world is familiar to me. I know it from my dreams.
That's not creepy at all. So, do you know everything?
No, think of it like this. I know what a car is, but I have no idea how to drive.
You're up to date, but not omniscient. Then I'm guessing you don't know much about me.
Just what you shared earlier.
You're always free to ask. Like, what's the staff of one? Or who were the runaways?
Oke, di sini kita dikasih kesempatan untuk mengenal Nico lebih baik ya. Jadi si Nico ini anggota dari The Runaways. Kebetulan aku juga lagi ngikutin TV seriesnya. Kita tanya tentang tongkatnya dulu, Staff of One.
I had some questions about your staff.
Sure. But first, the basics. The Staff of One interprets words or phrases as spells, but it can only cast a spell once. No repeats.
Oke, jadi kata si Nico, tongkatnya ini bisa menerjemahkan satu kata atau kalimat sebagai sihir dan cuma bisa dirapalkan sekali aja. Jadi setiap kali dipakai tuh si Nico mesti ganti kata atau kalimat yang lain. Jadi kalau pakai kata atau kalimat yang sama nggak bakal bekerja. Gimana cara kerjanya?
Can you tell me how the Staff of One functions?
It's blood magic, so my own blood is required to summon it. You wouldn't believe how many adhesive bandages I go through each year.
What about the words you speak?
They come true. Kind of, and not always the way I expect. It's like making a wish, but you can never make the same wish again.
Ya, jadi buat ngaktifin tongkatnya si Nico ini emang butuh ngaktifin pakai darahnya dia. Silakan nonton TV seriesnya, masih bisa di download kok. Gue baru ngikutin yang season 1. Coba kita tanya lagi, masih ada yang belum?
I had some questions about your staff.
Go for it.
Nah yang ini.
If each magical effect is unique, do you worry you will run out of words?
Not really. I only use the staff's power when I truly need it. The rest of the time, I rely on more conventional means. Like, you know, magic.
Oke, dan ini mudah-mudahan kerekam ya, nggak sampai kepotong. Duh, panik juga kalau sampai kepotong. Tentang Runaway selanjutnya.
I had some questions about your old team.
The Runaways? Sure thing.
Were you all heroes who banded together?
No, we were normal kids. We saw each other once a year when our parents got together to reminisce. And then we found out 2 very disturbing things. First, our parents were supervillains who sacrificed children to evil gods. Second, each of us had some sort of powerful birthright. Our parents wanted us to follow in their footsteps.
What did you do?
We ran, but eventually we realized only the 6 of us could stop our parents and their dark gods, so we faced them and stopped them from destroying reality as we know it. You know, typical kid stuff.
Who was on the team?
At first, Chase with his mad science gear, Molly, our pint-sized powerhouse, Carolina, the solar-powered sweetheart. Gert had a telepathic link to Old Lace, a genetically engineered Deinonychus from the 87th century. I handled the blood magic, though I didn't understand it much. And Alex, well, we don't talk about Alex.
Oke, jadi seperti yang dijelasin Nico, anggota Runaways tuh pertama ada si Chase, dia cowok ya. Dia itu lebih ke pakai semacam gauntlet itu gitu. Gauntlet yang berteknologi tinggi gitulah. Terus ada Molly Itu dia anggota termuda Runaways. Dia punya kekuatan fisik kayak Hulk gitulah. Cuma beda wujudnya tetap manusia. Terus ada siapa lagi ya? Ya tentunya ada Nico ya, dia spesialis sihir darah. Terus ada Carolina, cewek yang badannya bisa bling-bling gitulah, terus bisa terbang juga. Terus ada Gertrude yang bisa kemampuan telepatik sama tanda kutip binatang piaraannya, yaitu seekor dinosaurus ya. Ya, kapan lagi punya piaraan dinosaurus? Lebih tepatnya Deinonychus. Deinonychus itu apa? Itu kayak semacam raptor lah. Ya, cuman ukurannya lebih gede. Terus ada Alex. Alex ini lebih ke apa ya? Lebih kayak otaknya Runaways lah. Dia kayak bisa spesialis hacker. Dia kalau yang hubungan-hubungan IT dia jagonya lah. Dan dia kalau di seriesnya yang gue nonton itu dia pacaran sama Nico. Makanya si Nico kayak di sini kayak males lah ngomong si Alex. Mungkin dia lagi ada masalah. I don't know. Terus mereka di mana sekarang?
Where are your friends now?
Molly attends Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. Carolina left Earth to marry alien nobility. Gert, she didn't make it. After Gert passed, Chase and I had a falling out. The last I heard, he and Old Lace are living at his family home in LA. As for Alex, he chose his side, and it wasn't ours. He died with our parents.
Oh, jadi yang mati ada 2 orang. Si Gertrude sama si Alex.
I should get going.
Good timing. Looks like caretaker wants to speak with you, and wow, I should get to bed. Time flies when you're hanging out.
Ya, selamat tidur Nico. Baru selesai ngobrol, datang dia lagi. Kapan gue tidurnya ini? Bentar ya. Ambil ini dulu. Oh, kita ngobrol sama Charlie. Ini ambil. Hey Charlie. Terus ada lagi yang bisa diambil. Apa nih? Oh enggak.
These grounds haven't changed in hundreds of years, and yet they always seem different to my tired eyes. Looks like you're finding your way around, maybe making some new friends.
I was planning on getting some rest, but
things are moving at a frantic pace. For all we know, I'll be landing a jet on the roof with Mr. Stark this afternoon. Not quite like it was in the good old days.
Coba yang kedua.
The world is still full of monsters and villains, my mother being the worst of them all.
You forgot heroes. The world is still full of heroes, though sadly, we're missing one of our best.
Agatha? Where is Agatha?
I am sorry. I should have had this talk with you much sooner. But you should know, Agatha, she's no longer with us.
What? That is impossible. She was so
fierce, indomitable, or maybe just kind to a fault.
You do not have to do this.
Thank you, but I do. I haven't spoken to anyone about what happened. And more so than anyone, you deserve to know. Agatha died in an accident caused by her protege, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. The Midnight Sun's latest recruit, a powerful spellcaster in her own right. Perhaps the most powerful Agatha and I had ever seen. Wanda's abilities were growing. Too quickly for my liking. Agatha was determined to help her control them. I tried to caution her, but she would not listen. There was an incident. An accident, I'm sure, but
Agatha was killed.
yes, incinerated in an instant. not even ash to remember her by. The others were heartbroken, as was I. But I also saw the danger, the threat, if Wanda's powers were left unchecked. So I did what needed to be done. I sent Wanda away, to the Sanctum Sanctorum, to study under Dr. Strange. I know the others still harbor a great deal of resentment towards me for it.
Oh, jadi gitu ceritanya kenapa si Wanda jadi muridnya si Dr. Strange. Jadi dulu tuh ada semacam kecelakaan yang melibatkan kekuatan sihirnya si Wanda yang menyebabkan Agatha yang dulunya jadi mentornya si Wanda ini tewas terbunuh. Karena si Sara nggak mau kenapa-napa, akhirnya diusirlah si Wanda ke Sanctum Sanctorum buat belajar sama si Dr. Strange gitu. Nah ini pilihannya antara pengaruh ke kekuatannya si Hunter nih. Oleh yang atas light, yang bawah dark, yang paling bawah ini netral, terserah. Kalau gue sih pilih yang light aja.
Was Wanda so different from me as a child? Was it that easy to send her away?
I didn't have a choice. Wanda's powers were beyond even her own control. And this time I had no Agatha to help me, as I had with you. I thought she would be safe with Strange. On that part, at least, I was clearly mistaken. Ah, Wanda. Agatha. It seems we've lost them both now. I conjured a small shrine to Agatha's memory on the grounds, hoping to find some solace, a way to move forward. You should pay your respects. Maybe you'll find what I couldn't. Good night, Hunter.
Oke, good night, Sara. Sekarang gue mau ngikutin Charlie ya, ke makamnya Agatha. Jadi ya gue terpaksa begadang dulu. Ayo Charlie, cepetan, gue udah ngantuk nih. Mana makamnya Agatha? Oh, di situ. Ini makamnya Agatha. Loh, Agatha? Masih hidup dia. Cuma dalam wujud ini, roh.
Agatha?
You always did have the most remarkable eyes, Hunter. Just like your mother's. Maybe that's why you're the first.
The first?
To commune with the spirits, of course.
Is this a trick of some kind? Because I am not amused.
No, it's no trick, dear. You're just the first to see me. By now you've heard I had a bit of trouble with my corporeal body. I actually find it quite liberating.
You are dead.
Always straight to the heart of things. That's my Hunter.
You seem strangely at ease about this whole thing.
After 1,000 years of living, you learn to take things in stride, even death.
And what have you been doing all this time?
Meet me by the cave just over there. You know the one.
The Blood Gate? Caretaker always told me to stay away from that place.
I think we can safely lift the veil on a few more of our secrets. What's the worst that can happen?
Oh, kita disuruh ke situ tuh, ke gerbang yang ada simbol merah itu. Di situ nanti kita bakal dapet ini apa? Mantra pertama kita. Tunggu bentar, kita cek ini dulu. Iya bentar Charlie.
What is it, Charlie? Find something?
Iya ini udah ketemu kok. New Heaven discovered. Nah, Heaven ini berguna juga nih. Jadi setiap karakter nanti kita bisa ajak ke sini nih, ke Heaven ini. Cuman setiap Heaven cuma bisa dikunjungin sekali aja. Jadi sekali udah dikunjungin nggak bisa dikunjungin lagi. Mesti cari Heaven yang baru. What's up, Agatha? Ya, ngilang dia. Nih, segel pertama kita. Oh, kebuka portal.
This ominous-looking portal is known as a blood gate, and you're the only one among us who can pass through it.
Bloodgate? Caretaker's handiwork?
Yes, Sara got a little overprotective after the accident with Wanda. It's become something of a habit for her.
I have noticed that.
What lies beyond is meant for you as much as it ever was for her. Assuming you're up to the challenge, that is.
You know I am.
I do. But it's always polite to ask.
Whoa.
Yeah, wow. Charlie, kita masuk, Charlie. Kamu udah siap, Charlie? Let's go. Oh, recommended player 1. Tenang aja, kita udah level 2, aman.
Not what you were expecting, is it? There was a time when the blood stood within these celestial halls to prove their worth. This particular arena belongs to a goddess who often favored Sara, Ashtur.
Sara? Caretaker was here?
Nothing ever comes easy, dear. The Elder Gods felt their descendants needed to earn their blessings, which is why they created these trials to begin with.
Trials? I should have known.
This entire realm exists for that purpose. Trial by combat, with no chance of outside interference.
And this is my challenge.
Yes, but I may have found a loophole they never considered. Why don't you try summoning your four-legged friend?
Charlie boy.
Charlie?
Oh, dia bisa berubah juga.
The old gods are responsible for a great many creations, including your faithful companion. I think even they tend to forget that. Good luck, dear.
Come on, Charlie. Let's kick some ass.
Of balance and order, Ashtur was sometimes called the giver of justice. You can expect a fair fight.
Nice.
Now that was something.
Kita tandain dulu. Ini aja.
Leave some for the rest of us.
Aduh. Waduh, corrupted. Aduh. Aduh. Counter. Nice. Lagi. Tenang aja, di counter kok. Nice. Lagi. Tenang aja, bisa di counter kok. Lagi. Tenang aja. Dus. Ada lagi? Tenang aja. Kan ada counter. Sing ada lawan.
Compared to our girl, these beasts. Don't hesitate to strike. They don't.
This shall be of great help. I am impressed. They do not stand a chance.
Mati semua. Sekaligus nyembuhin si Charlie.
You were too weak for this fight.
You were too weak, yeah. Macam-macam Mas Hunter.
Good girl, Charlie. Oh, and And you too, Hunter. You finished this trial, but don't worry. The other gods are waiting.
Dapat cover komik. Hancur gerbangnya. Oke, kita masuk. Ada apa di dalam sini? Oh, ada segel. Segelnya kita pasang di sini. Yes. Word of power. Oh, buat buka gerbang dan pintu.
Sarah was right to be wary of this place. But it's your birthright, and I think after everything you've been through, you can handle it now. The two of you, as well as your mother, are the last of your kind, the blood. Your lineage follows an unbroken line to the old gods themselves. And if you call upon them, you might just find they're actually listening. They won't work miracles for you, but their blessings can be quite useful in the right circumstance. Why don't you ask the goddess Ashtur for her aid in dealing with that barrier over there?
Oke, jadi kita disuruh buka gerbang ini. Tuh, kalian lihat tuh di atasnya. Tahan RT. Nah, udah kebuka nih satunya, Words of Power. Ini buat buka gerbang batu ini ya. Nah, akan kebuka.
Noble Ashtur guides my hand.
Dibuka dulu petinya. Ini kayak variasi warna, biarin aja. Jadi yang kayak ada simbol-simbol kayak gini nih, entah di pintu atau di gerbang mana, bisa buka pakai sirine ini, Words of Power.
Must not be her purview.
Sekarang kita keluar.
After all this time, it's still just as beautiful as the first time I laid eyes on it. It's hard to believe Lilith and Caretaker brought this place all the way from Transia. Of course, it was no coincidence that they wound up so close to Salem. This area is particularly attuned to the forces of magic. That's why the Elder God's influence was so prevalent here. And why our sanctuary here has remained all but impregnable over the centuries. And now I'm rambling on like an old sorcerer supreme. Why don't you come see me in the library tomorrow night? Oh, and let's keep this just between the two of us for now. I'm afraid Sara, Caretaker, isn't ready to see me yet. Good night, Hunter.
Good night, Agatha. Oke, kita masuk ke hari berikutnya. Dan si Hunter udah otomatis tidur. Oke. Jadi si Agatha kemarin nyuruh si Hunter buat ketemuin dia di perpustakaan malam ini. Dan dia minta biar si buat rahasiain ini dari Sara. Takutnya nanti kalau dia tahu, si Sara bakal jadi parno kan. Pagi Charlie.
Good girl. It is my Charlie girl.
Tidak mau nyenyak Charlie? Good girl. Charlie ini betina ternyata ya. Sorry, tadi gue panggil dia cowok. Kustomisasi. Dapat baju baru. Apa ini bajunya? Sweater. Oke, kita beli. Terus combat outfit. Ini aja. dan bisa dianalyze. Oh, dari Robbie.
Is this thing on? Hunter, please come to the forge at your earliest convenience. Again,
Siap,
yes.
Dok.
Hunter to the forge. Thank you. Strange out.
Iya, nanti saya ke sana, Docs. Ini apa nih dari si Robbie? Tuh, kalian bisa baca sendiri ya. Bisa di-post di video YouTube kalian. Terus ini posternya yang baru kita dapat. Pada kemana nih?
Hey, for someone they just dug up, you look pretty fresh.
Tuh kan bisa kita ini nih, bisa kita ajak ke heavennya si Nico nih. Tapi nanti dulu aja. Gue mau beli-beli ini dulu.
What do we have today?
Oke, kita ngobrol ke si dokter dulu nih. Kasian dia nungguin kelamaan.
Hunter, just in time. His royal weirdness and I were deciding what to do with that nasty little Hydra gift box you found.
Ah, yes. The spooky crate.
The very one. Though it is far from any mere container, I assure you. I am detecting powerful emanations from inside. If this is a sign of what Hydra is after, I fear we are all in grave danger.
My offer still stands. I could fly the thing up and nuke it in orbit. Only way to be sure.
Or we could open it, Tony, and perhaps use the mystical energies I sense inside to our advantage.
Yeah, I heard a we in there. Green goopy gamma serums are one thing. I'm not opening boxes full of mummy curses.
You don't have to. Hunter, if you'll allow me.
Your second funeral, boss.
Oke. Gak apa-apa, Dok, dibuka aja.
Give me a sec. Okay, what's up?
Dapat skill apa kali ini? Gak perlu. Gak perlu semua kayaknya. Tapi nggak apa-apa lah, bisa di salvage nanti. Kita edit deck. Captain Marvel tadi ya? Edit deck. Ini kayaknya nggak perlu. Kita salvage saja. Tuh, kartu-kartu gue tuh udah imbas semua. Terus kita ngobrol ke si dokter.
We desperately need to get into this crate. If Hydra is now working to acquire mystical antiquities, then our situation is very dire indeed. We need to find a way to gain the upper hand.
And you think you can do it with whatever is in the container?
Tony has one of the greatest scientific minds that I've ever seen. I, of course, have an unparalleled understanding of the mystic arts. I have no doubt that we can find a way to research whatever we find in there and have it work in our favor. I just wonder what it could be.
Kita berusaha netral dulu deh.
Do you think this will be enough to give us an edge?
I hope so. Whatever it is, it's quite powerful. I'm relying on my instincts here, but truly that's all I have to rely on until I can find a way to access the Sanctum's archives again.
That seems a bit risky.
Right now, with the Sanctum out of my reach, I'm fighting with one hand tied behind my back. Metaphorically, that is. If I can find items to research, I can give the Midnight Suns every possible advantage over Lilith and her disciples.
I look forward to seeing what you come up with.
Me too, Hunter. Now, all this talk is going nowhere unless we can get this container open and study what's inside. Approach the anvil, Hunter. We do not have time to spare.
Okie dokie, Doc.
Found another artifact, Hunter?
Silakan dibuka.
By the hoary hosts of Agatha, I I can hardly believe it.
What? Is it worse than you expected?
No, it's totally unexpected. It's the Eternity Dagger. This was in a place of honor in my bedchamber in the Sanctum for years. The Sanctum Sanctorum is no common domicile to be burglared. These barbarians have no idea what they possessed.
Or perhaps they did. Maybe these artifacts are exactly what Faustus and my mother were after to begin with.
A distressing thought. If they had my dagger, then who knows what others of my priceless possessions have passed through their greedy fingers. The cube of nothingness. The tear of Profia, and most worrisome of all.
Your toothbrush? You, had a little coffee thing going on this morning with your breath?
Oh, Tony.
Sorry. Doc's right, Hunter. I drank 3 glasses of holy water just to walk through the Sanctum's front door. Place is like a doomsday vault for all sorts of supernatural nastiness. We need to put a lid on this mess. Pronto.
I believe Carol is already working on it.
At last. Now that this artifact has been returned to its proper owner, we shall see if we can make use of the mystic forces contained within.
Eternity Dagger.
Common at one point in history.
Oke, research level kita naik. Ini research kita nih, kita baru dapet yang ini level 1. Ada Supernatural Fabrication, War Games, Way of the Fang. Ini buat di training ground. Ini buat mejanya Tony. Ini buat di ruangan briefing. Kita pakai yang buat combat item, ini buat naikin ability, ini buat spend moves knockback enemies in combat. Antara ini sama ini sih. Maybe this one. Dan mesti nunggu sehari. What's up, Robbie? Oh, itu dia. Kenapa?
Moving into the forge, Hunter? You've been here more in the past few days than I have since ever. The forge is pretty badass, but the creature trapped inside riles up my own inner demon. Speaking of, there's something you should know about me.
You are bonded with the spirit of vengeance?
Damn, you're good. How could you tell?
You are not the first spirit of vengeance to join the Midnight Suns. I fought beside another just a few days... 3 centuries ago.
Oh man, sometimes when I have crap to work through, I like to get my blood pumping. Why don't we hit the yard for a sparring session? I know Sparky's excited to meet you.
Sparky?
That's what I call my spirit of vengeance. His real name is something you'd see written on a symbol, but with like 12 apostrophes. Also, he's not allowed inside after the incident with caretaker Sumerian sofa.
Yang atas saja.
It would be my honor to spar with a spirit of vengeance.
Wow, he's real excited. Never thought he'd get bouncy, but here we are. Okay, let's do this. I'll get Blake to set things up. Won't take a minute.
I will head to the yard. When you and Sparky trade places, what does he look like?
He's the guy with the flaming metal skull and hellfire chains. Kinda hard to miss.
Oke, kita sparring sama si Robbie alias Ghost Rider. Jadi kita disuruh kesini dulu. Oh, udah langsung berubah aja dia tuh. Oke. Daily sparring.
maybe you should be the spirit.
Hunter, report to the war room. We've got a mission.
Oke, akhirnya kita dapat misi dari si Carol. Kita disuruh ke ruangan briefing. Kenapa? Oh, si Blade mau ngajak bicara. Boleh? Kenapa enggak?
Crazy world you woke up to, Hunter. Hydra running around causing trouble. Apocalypse prophecies. The Bronx.
It is indeed, Daywalker.
And that op against Faustus. The way Captain Marvel just absorbed that bomb. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yes, she is quite the marvel.
I see what you did there, and you're not wrong. Never met a gal who could throw me into the sun before.
She is a formidable ally in our struggle against Lilith.
Hell yeah, she is. Smart, quick-witted, fearless. Hell, she even glows.
And do you find all of your allies equally impressive?
Yes. No. Wait. What are you trying to say?
This is hard for you, isn't it? Yeah.
You are not used to expressing feelings of affection, are you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
My apologies.
And if I did, this ain't my first rodeo, you know?
Of course it is not. Whatever a rodeo is.
Yeah. Well, now that that's settled, maybe I should go sharpen my stakes or something. And maybe we should keep this chat to ourselves for now.
Ya, jadi segitu aja guys waktu gue untuk kali ini. Sorry, gamepad gue ternyata lagi mati, baterainya lagi dicas ini. Kayaknya segitu dulu waktu gue kali ini, daripada kepanjangan terus durasinya kepotong sendiri kan, nggak tahu ya. Jangan lupa like, share, dan subscribe video gue. Gue Yogan, sampai jumpa lagi di video waktu Midnight Sun selanjutnya. Skol.